is really a tale of two shows. Like, you guys have a real, like, ha! I don't think so. And all of you guys have a real PTA, but you've had 3 drinks in the car. Wasn't necessarily a compliment. Anyway, no, I'm kidding. That's what that word means. That's what that word means. I have lived around the world, and only Americans will you guys have 4 cocktails and then go, I better shout the place I'm in. Oh, lots of people will shout the city that they're from, but only those that bleed the red, white, and blue will arrive at the Dallas airport, have 2 drinks at a Chili's to go, and then just yell, Dallas! And then other people who've had the same amount of alcohol will respond with a, yeah. It's like a buddy system you guys have. She is so drunk, she's not sure which San Diego suburb she's in. Oceanside, La Jolla, Escondido, and you guys all gave her a, that's right. We're the classy of the San Diego suburbs. Less military, more weapons manufacturing. Hello, Escondido, yeah! Oh, what a mall. They say we're facing economic turmoil. Not at the Escondido Mall, baby. I live in LA. They're shutting down brick and mortar. Not north of San Diego, baby. We got a J.C. Penney. We got an area where there used to be a Sears where you can buy weed, still feels illegal. Oh yeah, we got a Red Robin. Where do you think your dad goes to drink when you're playing sports? Oh my God, this is the best. It felt like the 90s walking through. They were having a comic book convention, and not how they have them now, where like a man with abs is like, I love Thor. Like, just a mountain of a man eating sushi while manning a Magic the Gathering stand. And nothing about him says, approach me and learn about cards. No, it made me feel good. And then coming in here to the weirdest comedy club. I don't know if you know this in the performing arts, but it's best when the audience is in the shape of a kidney bean. So no matter how I'm stood, a portion of you is getting the worst version of my body. Like I look good straight ahead. Straight ahead, it's like, oh, that looks like some sort of heroic American pie maker, you know? Oh, look at that stepdad. I bet you he doesn't even hit the kid. You know what I mean? Are you actually his wife? Man, the staff at this club must not like you guys. That they sat the wife front row. That's like oh, I fucked that joke up so good. I'm gonna try. I will keep rolling. I like your energy. I don't know what section of the real estate industry you work in. But you lie so well. You see this boat? If you have this boat, people in their 20s will want to fuck you. She didn't even know your first date was a date. She just didn't realize that she was dealing with a man who never stopped selling, baby! Just like this, you have such a good San Diego area energy. Like, I don't know what your job is, but it definitely has involved bribing a building inspector. And thank you, other people over here clapping. Not in a way that was funny, but in a way of like, oh, so you've met him. The joke I was going to say was putting someone's wife in the front row is kind of like making Superman perform for kryptonite. Now, I don't know if you know that. Yeah, see, it would have done really well if I had gotten out clean. But instead, I really fucked it up. And then for some reason, went back and tried it again. And I don't know, I have to say, you have the most You'll get them next time, Skipper Energy. I don't know what softball team you coach, but I guarantee, win or lose, they're getting ice cream after those games. Has anyone ever said, you really seem like you'd give me a good deal on bait? Thank you this side for laughing. For those of you sat over here, let me explain that joke. It was very good. I do love coming to the San Diego area. I love how men dress in the San Diego area. It's 2 different versions, you know what I'm saying? 30 and below, like that gentleman, white t-shirt, weird jewelry, hat askew. And then 30 and above, it doesn't matter what you're wearing up top. Down below, flip-flops, no matter the situation. And if you're out with your wife, you're wearing your good hoodie. What do you mean this isn't fancy? It doesn't have fucking mustard on it! I don't want to be weird, but Louis' wife is laughing more at me. I hope my wife isn't in the green room laughing more at him. That would make a weird situation. You guys are a great crowd, but may I say, you laugh in a way that it's like, haha, and we're done. Move along, please. What was that, brother?
I said back to North Hollywood.
Back to North Hollywood. I don't actually live in North Hollywood, how dare you. I am an East LA man. I don't know if you can tell from my tight jeans and my tone of voice that will send this coffee back. I didn't say oat milk, I said almond milk. Let's try it again. Now, I live in a hipster neighborhood with this face. Do you understand? Like this, look, it's a Cybertruck face. You know what I'm saying? Like you see me and you go, I don't know what side he's on, but I don't want to be on his side. You know? I just have to, it's just wild. Like I'm about to turn 40. I cannot wait. All my friends as they approach 40, no! It's over! No, it's not. You guys just used to look young. Not me. I've looked 40 since I was 20. I cannot wait to tell people my age and they don't get actively disappointed in me. I was 25 and looked 40. And people would go, what are you, 40? And I'd go, 25. And they wouldn't go, oh, sorry. They'd be like, oh, what? Why? I hate to moisturize. Can't wait to be 40. It's a good year. You know what I'm saying? Life's really changed in the last 12 months. I got married for the second time. If you've never been married more than once, do it. Because it's so much better. It's so you don't make any of the mistakes in the wedding again. Like first wedding I had, we threw a giant party for a bunch of people. It was amazing and exciting. Second wedding, fuck you. No one's coming. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you, Mom and Dad. Because when you run the run-up to a wedding and say, oh, it's the best, it's the happiest day of your life. And then you get there and you're like, well, I bought dinner and drinks for all my parents' friends. I didn't get to eat a meal, and we took 450 photos of me wearing a suit, and I don't look good in a suit. Like, brother, you would look good in a suit. I see you in a suit, and I'm like, man, I bet you he's got a townhouse that's reasonably priced. You see me in a suit, and you're just like, well, I guess another NFL player hit his wife. Now, what a beautiful laugh that was. As you all went, no, actually, yes. Okay. Thank you. That one woman is actually set in a different time zone. It's also good when you get married a second time, you can find out how stupid your friends are. Like I told a friend of mine, oh, I'm getting married for a second time, and he went, oh, you told your ex-wife yet? That's what I said. I really wish you'd been there, miss. I could have used your backup. Because I don't know if you've ever disagreed with a straight white man before, but they won't listen. He doubled down. Was that a clap? Because that did not seem on like two hands. That sounded like you have some loose flesh on your body and you were just flapping it. Which I actually take as more of a celebration. A clap anyone can get. What did I give him? You know my belly fat? I gave him the jiggles. And now, if you're ever in one of those situations, what I like to do is I like to go deeper. What does he think is behind calling my... So I went, why should I tell my ex-wife I'm getting remarried? And he went, because maybe she wants to know. And right there I was like, that's so stupid, I don't know how to counter that. And then I just went, how would that go? I call her up on the phone, hey, I win, goodbye. You know what I'm saying? We're filming tonight. That may not make the edit. Anyway, I don't need a... It will. Who the fuck are you? Shouldn't do crowd work when you're trying to make clips, but let's fucking solve the mystery that is you, buddy. Has anyone ever said you seem like you've been to a lot of Jimmy Buffett concerts? No, well, they should. Because you have the real vibe of a white man who will drink in the daytime. And what is your name, my man?
Ren.
Ren.
Yeah.
You did not strike me as someone raised by hippies. But Ren is a real hippie-raised name. You know what I mean? Like your dad smoking weed in the delivery room. It's 1971. So what's your name, kid, your name? And he was like, want to name you Andrew, but he's too big. He's like, Andrew, no, simpler. What's French for red? Rouge? No, Ren it is. And is Ren short for something?
No.
No. Why did you say that so disappointed in yourself? I've tried for years to try and fit it into something, but it doesn't go, you know? Rich Ren, you know what I mean? What's your last name? Ren?
Hornwood.
Your name is Ren?
Hornwood.
Hornwith?
Hornwood.
Your name is Ren Hornwood?
Yeah.
That name should come with a buckled shoe. I feel like your family was on the side of the English during the War of 1776. I don't want to be rude, Ren, but that is not a San Diego name. No, you know what I mean? Ren is from Brussels, and he popped into San Diego to purchase some meth and find out what all the scuttlebutt is about Oceanside. I don't want to be critical to the people from the Oceanside community, but where I come from, living in your car is not a win. Now, that's what losers do. Now, back to you, Ren Hornwood. What do you do professionally besides lead men into battle against Napoleon?
Real estate.
Real estate. Don't any of you fuck with me. I have the worst superpower of them all. I can vaguely guess your job. Watch me do it. Retired? Yeah.
Guess where I live.
You have that laid-back energy of a man who bought property in the 80s in Southern California. And you haven't stopped laughing ever since. Oh my God, you should have seen Carlsbad in 1982. You could buy the entire thing for $75, which I did then do. I built all those Starbucks and I haven't stopped laughing ever since. My children, they're all drug addicts, but they dress up nice. Back to you, Ren. What were you going to say? You were yelling, where do I live? I'm going to guess Oceanside. Thumbs up. Yeah. I'm a real devil. You should, man, yeah, what a weird superpower it is. It's just, you're a stand-up comedian long enough, you can kind of just guess the vibes of people. Like every real estate agent has these eyes where they're like, yeah, I could kill a man. You know what I'm saying? And every police officer is always wearing black shoes. It's just different things. Why did it suddenly get so tense in here all of a sudden? I wasn't going anywhere political, and don't worry, I can handle a tense situation. I've been in loads of tense situations. Once I was in an elevator, and someone farted, and 2 people claimed responsibility. If I got through that, I can get through this. I got a house, real estate agent. You can save your business cards for someone else. I have a house. I got it old school. You know what I'm saying? I know that some of the men in here, when I said I had a house, they're sitting there going, yeah, mommy and daddy probably bought it for you. No! Mommy and daddy did not buy it for me. No rich uncle died. No money was inherited. I worked hard. I stacked my pennies up one at a time, and then I met a woman who'd already bought property, and she let me move in. Old school. And I feel I earned it. I went through the roommate ringer. I lived in London, England for 6 years, and for 6 years I lived with 7 other people. I lived with 7 other people who all had extreme depression, and then me, I only have anxiety, so that made me the leader. It's rough when you have anxiety versus depression, because it's just like the saddest person in the world just walks up to you and goes, the entire point of existence is nothing. There's no reason to do anything. We're all just going to die. And then if you have anxiety, you have to go, well, that's another thing to worry about. Now, I didn't get anxiety like most people of my generation, the millennial generation, which is like, it's not like I'm like, oh, I have anxiety. Sometimes, once a month, someone asks me to pay my rent, and I go, no. Like, I was hit by a bunch of cars, and now sometimes when I need to make a decision, I get sweaty. Too real? Well, don't worry. Louie's wife has almost done her salad, and then we can all go home. I remember the first time I had a panic attack. You never forget your first.
You're sitting in the back.
Like, I never used to talk to strangers, and I've found in the last 3 months, if you are someone working at a business I happen to be in, we are having a conversation. I popped by the Target that was across the hall. Such a weird thing to say, by the way, in a comedy club. Come on down for some laughs, and then you can get some hand sanitizer and a travel toothbrush. I do love a Target. Welcome to Target. They're all almost laid out the same, so you're always lost. I was in a Target, and I was checking out. Now, I had not even purchased, I was over there, and I hadn't even purchased shampoo or conditioner, and he just looked at me and went, anything else? And I went, I won't be buying conditioner, because I think it's bullshit. And then he went, okay. And then I literally went, I'm almost 40, man. I'm just trying to get used to it. He was like, okay. And a very interesting one recently. I was pumping gasoline in my car. Not bragging, because that is not a brag. And it's just how a car works. And I was pumping gasoline in my car. And as I was pumping gasoline, I heard the always familiar sound of an ambulance. And I was like, oh my goodness, there's an ambulance getting close. And then the ambulance kept getting louder and louder. And then the ambulance drove into the gas stations, lights blazing, siren going. I'm still feeling gas, just being like, did someone call this for me? And then the paramedic got out and started just putting gas in the ambulance. Now, I'm man enough and honest enough with all of you to admit that when he started filling the ambulance with gasoline, my first thought was, wait, ambulances need gas? They should have told us this at the hospital. But I must have been staring at him for a while. I definitely was. Like, you know when sometimes someone like, hey, what are you looking at? And you're like, oh, sorry, I didn't realize I was staring. And other times you're like, look at this fucking guy. I didn't know they still made eye patches. So I'm looking at him, he's looking at me, and then he kind of does this sort of like, weird like, what am I like move? And he went, oh, yeah, the guy died. So I thought I'd just get gas. Now, I don't know what came over me in that moment, because I think everyone else in here would have gone, well, not talking to that guy anymore. But I then decided, and I genuinely needed to know in the moment. I went, so, what kind of type of gasoline does an ambulance take? And then he kind of looked, and then he looked over at me and he went, they say we should put in regular, but today I went, fuck it, premium. This is the last time I'm going to do comedy on the road for a little while, because I'm about to have a baby. That's right. Thank you. Thank you for applauding for my cum. My cum did it. My wife did everything else, but the first thing that was me. You know what I'm saying? I don't think we reflect enough about how much cum is involved in the whole thing. Like, if we go really far back, this is just a room full of cum. I really like that you can tell how much people have drunk based off of how much they're enjoying this joke. Like, there was a couple right there, and he is the designated driver, and he does not find it funny. And his wife right next to him is literally like, yeah, I'm cum, baby. He's cum. I'm cum, this table's cum. What song am I singing now? But I'm excited for the change. I've been traveling basically nonstop for 15 years. I've done it too much. It's just, I've been around the world. It was the best, but I'm ready to be home and just, deal with that. Like, too much travel. Like, some people are like, oh, I've traveled so much I was almost in a plane crash. Oh, I traveled so much I saw someone smoke on an airplane. Oh yeah, I've traveled so much I've been on a plane 2 separate times with a falcon. For the woman over there who went, the what? You are correct in your confusion. I have been on an airplane, a metal tube that flies in the air, 2 separate times with a passenger who brought with them the alpha predator, the falcon, onto the plane. I agree with you. For those of you that couldn't hear what this superintendent of some sort of thing, I don't know what, but the word superintendent is in your title. What is your name? What's your job, big man?
Yeah, I build playgrounds.
Yeah. Don't fuck with me. That was a fucking hard pull too, but there's just, you got a cheery disposition of someone that's definitely been this far away from an employee and just said, I don't give a fuck how many beers you've had, mop the floor. Yeah, 2 separate times, an airplane with a falcon. I have to tell you, I greeted the first falcon with as much confusion as you guys elicited when I said falcon. I was on an airplane in Dubai. It's a city in the Middle East. I was there doing stand-up comedy for British people. I was living in England at the time. British people, they think they're fun, and they're not. Let me explain to you what living in England was like for 6 years. On my 3rd day in living in England, I was talking to my uncle on the phone, and a guy bicycled by me, and he stole my phone off my head. And then I chased him through the streets of London, screaming things like, give me back my phone, can I have my phone, give me back my phone, I'll fucking kill you, give me my phone. And I almost had him. Like, this is a weird thing to brag about. I am much faster than this body shape would lead you to believe. Like, people are always like, wow, you can run. And I'm like, it's weird that you think that's a compliment. And so I chased after him, and like my fingers touched his windbreaker. Like, I was so close, and then I slipped on an uneven piece of pavement, fell face first, bloodied my nose, rolled on my back, and just screamed, ah, my phone is gone! And then an English guy walked by and just went, shouting will not return your telephone. So out of London, they booked like so much of the world. So from London, I was booked in Dubai and Abu Dhabi. I went to Dubai, and then we're flying to Abu Dhabi, and I'm sitting on the plane. And the last person to get on the plane was this immaculately dressed man, a beautiful three-piece suit, much like more layers than you'd think you need in the desert. And on his arm was a falcon. And no one else on the plane batted an eye. Like when he walked on and no one else just went, what the fuck is this? Like for a moment I was like, oh, this is schizophrenia. Some people hear voices, I see birds. And he sits in his seat, and the falcon's in the aisle, and I'm just like, I can feel the anxiety and the panic welling up in my body, and I'm like, you're gonna have to ask, or you're gonna be imagining a variety of scenarios for this 2.5-hour flight. Make a decision, John. You can tap on that shoulder and just say, why do you have a falcon? Or what's with the falcon? Or hey, is that a falcon? But do something. Because just sitting here is not going to help. You're already sweating, baby! So I reached across the aisle. He was like one person up, and I just tapped him on the shoulder, and he turned around, and then I got mad performance anxiety. And instead of being like, oh, so you have a falcon, I just went, so? A falcon. And then he went, correct. A racing falcon. And then he just stared forward, and then they shut the door, and we took off. And I spent the entire flight thinking, well, if that falcon is in a race, I feel like being on an airplane is cheating. And for many years, that was my only experience with having a falcon on an airplane. And then a little thing called the COVID-19 pandemic rolled around. Now, I don't know if you guys know this about me, but during the COVID-19 pandemic, I did a Dollar Shave Club commercial, and then they misfiled my tax documentation, so I got accused of benefits fraud by the state of California, so I had to go back on the road as a stand-up comedian in the summer of 2020. Yeah, like, it was insane. There weren't even, like, Republicans who were against COVID. The only people going to comedy were very conservative gay men who just didn't give a fuck. My personal favorite type of conservative is the conservative gay man who just says like, well, fuck it, I don't have kids, close the school. You know what I'm saying? There's just something about a guy just going, I love the family. And I know enough gay men to go, yeah, and you've been used as a toilet 1 month a year. I fucked up that joke and you rewarded me with silence. And I appreciate your honesty, as if you went, we enjoyed the premise, but I don't feel that was the punchline to that joke. And I want you to know, you are correct. But I am not going to be fooled into another Superman Krypton situation. So we're just going to move seamlessly. Thank you very much. I know that it's fine. Oh, that's right. That makes more sense than you going, that's fine. Because what a fucking mean thing to say to a comedian. That's fine. Go fuck myself. So I had to tour around on airplanes during the COVID-19 pandemic. And I got to be totally honest with you, it was the best time to fly ever. It was fucking amazing. There was no one up there. The flight attendants didn't give a fuck. Like, I was flying once from LA to Phoenix, and the flight attendant came up to me and went, I got cigarettes. I'm going to smoke one in the bathroom. And then she got close and went, I don't think there is a smoke detector. It was just wild up there. And it was only ever just me. I was the only person up there. And then one time, flying from Dallas back here to LA, I'm sat in the seat, and a gentleman gets on the plane with like a hockey bag. And I have to say something. As a Canadian who is now also an American, as a Canadian who is married to an American, as a Canadian who has made America his home, let me say something to you as Americans. There is an aspect to your personality that I find excessively charming. And that is, every other nationality of people, when told the dimensions of the overhead bin of an airplane, we believe them. Not you Yankee Doodle dandies. You hear it and you just go, not for me. I have some miles with Delta, and even though this is a United flight, I'm sure I'll still get some nice treatment. guy is dragging what looks to be a corpse onto an airplane. And he's doing that thing, my favorite thing, when someone knows their bag's not going to fit in the overhead compartment, where they're looking for the lucky one. Number 15. 15's a stretchy number. Now, I have as I mentioned before, I have a bit of a cop's face, so sometimes in sticky situations, people will look to me as an authority figure, and then he looked at me and he went, hey, do you think if I unpack some of my stuff, it'll fit up in the overhead compartment? And I just went, yeah. Let's fucking see where this goes, baby. Middle of a pandemic, I'm wearing a mask, I'm covered in hand sanitizer, yeah. That thing is the size of a mile, and that thing, yeah, whatever the fuck. And he reaches in and he takes out some jeans and some stuff, and then he reaches in with both hands and he pulls out a falcon. I don't know if you guys have ever seen a bird get out of a bag before, but it was the most just like, am I dead? And it's so, I don't know if you've ever seen someone take a bird out of a bag on an airplane, but you have a lot of reactions. The first one for me was, how the fuck did that get through the X-ray machine? Was the falcon shushing the guy on the screen? Keep a secret. I saw that falcon and just thought, you know what? I'm flying with marijuana from now on. Because if I was high, for some reason I feel like this would make a lot more sense. Yeah, dead clean sober, I'm panicking. High, I would have been like, yeah, it makes sense. You know, it flies, the plane flies. Maybe I'll get wings, baby. I don't know why for that joke, weed is heroin. Anyway, so, what was this move? Anyway, so, he's like stroking the falcon who looks distressed. And then he looks at me and he goes, my boss left the falcon in Dallas, so, yeah. I don't want to be weird. But who has so much money they could get to their home in Los Angeles, look around and go, fuck, we forgot the falcon in Dallas. Nathaniel, get on a plane. So the guy's looking at me, I'm looking at him. He's holding a falcon. The flight attendant walks over to see what the hubbub is about. He then looks at the flight attendant and goes, oh good, I wanted to talk to you. I just booked this flight on impulse. I don't know if I'm supposed to fly with a falcon. Is it safe to fly with a falcon? And then he held the falcon towards her face like, this falcon. Now, I think one of my favorite moments of my life is whenever I'm there to see a customer service representative just snap. Just go from working for this corporation to fuck you. I'm Becky and I've got thoughts and you're gonna fucking hear them. And she just sort of went, I don't know! I don't know what's gonna happen. That's a bird made of knives. I think we're in trouble. Because I've already closed the door and we're not going back. So sit down. And then she walked away. He sat down with the falcon in his hands. And then what no one was expecting to happen happened, which was me standing up and going, I've actually flown with a falcon before. And it went fine.